You have to tell me if it's working. I don't know if it's working.
All right. Hello everyone, people. I think your sound is still on.
I don't know how to turn it off. I pressed it down as far as it goes.
Okay. Cool. I like the echo anyway.
It won't let me go any quieter.
Okay.
Quinna says it sounds good. Thank you, Quinna.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, today's the release day of our new single, The Wrong Way. So we just wanted to hop on here and say hi and talk about it a bit. It's the second song from our upcoming EP, The Wolf, which is due out in March. Our first song from the EP, which we released about a month ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah, 2 months ago.
Is Vagabond. So now we're on The Wrong Way. And all of the songs are based on our experience on the Camino. If you want a little backstory about the Camino and a little bit more about the EPs, we do have a video on YouTube and on our website that kind of gets into it. Yeah. We're on different accounts, but in the same room beside each other. So just in case you're wondering why I keep looking over, I'm like, hey, want to say anything?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
Nothing. We're going to play the song first, I guess, just over Instagram, over our stereo. So we do recommend you listen to it on another format, another platform, Spotify, Bandcamp, to get a lot of the sonic frequencies, because there's a lot going on in this song. It's a little mad, which we'll talk about it a bit later. Headphones definitely recommended. So I'm just going to go turn on the song. It's going to be coming through both accounts, so I don't know if you want to disconnect. Hey, so I'm just gonna invite Scott back here so he can talk. Just one second. Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
So the only thing I'm going to say is that Tara's going to show you a poster for a show that we're going to be playing where we're going to be debuting the wrong way.
I'll try.
I don't know if it works. It kind of works.
Yeah, it looks good. So we'll be playing, maybe it's backwards.
I think it looks backwards to me.
So we're playing with friends Focused, Super Psyched, and Dr. Keys, February 10th. Friday, February 10th at Moose Palace in Toronto. And we'll be debuting it live at that show. All right, you want to talk about the inspo?
Yeah. Okay, sure. So we are on the Camino. This is our second. Did you say that already? Am I repeating myself? Yep. So this is inspired by the Camino. We went on the Camino, and on our second day, we were going about the path, up the winding route of the Pyrenees Mountains, and the wind's blowing in your face and blowing you backwards and everything. And at some point, we caught up to everyone else, and we decided to kind of keep walking past them before they were having lunch. That's why we caught up to them, and because we let time kind of last, and we kept going past them. And I'm not sure what happened, but we ended up going away where we followed this map. We were given this map. I don't know if you can see this map. It's kind of glary. Anyway, they give you this map, so it's pretty easy to follow. And then right here, can you see this pilgrim? Is it gonna get blurry? There's a pilgrim on a really steep ledge and it's slope, and it says, "Don't go this way." And there's this red path, and this is a topographical map. This red path right here. I don't even know if it shows up.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, okay, cool. It's really steep, and it was really steep. And when we went that way, it was like, wow, this is crazy. We're basically on a pitch that's kind of like this. Maybe like this is more realistic. And there were trees sticking up from that pitch growing as you're running by, and they were all kind of blurry and everything like that. And we had to zigzag back and forth to prevent ourselves from going too fast, getting too much momentum, because if you actually ran down the thing, you'd go, ass over tea kettle type thing, and you'd hurt yourself, break your arms and legs and neck. And so we're going down this treacherous route, looking like fools probably, and these cross-trained mountain biker kind of dudes are coming up the hill on their bikes, and they're looking at us like, what the hell are these two doing? And we didn't see any other travelers on the Camino, and the Camino is surprisingly very populated. We went late in the season so that we would kind of avoid that, but between when we made our plans and when we got there, a movie called The Way, I think, or something like that, was released, and that kind of foiled that idea. It got very popular very quickly. And so there was people everywhere except for on that route, but we thought that was kind of strange. But as I remember going down, and I'm thinking holy smokes, man, senior citizens do this? I don't understand how. You see them with their poles and stuff. I'm like, I don't think I could manage this. It's I'd have to go down sideways or on my butt or something like that. If I didn't have full control over everything and all the muscles and being in shape and everything, there would be I don't know how I got down that without even twisting an ankle or something.
I didn't have any muscles for being in shape. I was in terrible condition after we did that.
It hurt though.
But yeah, day 2, and we were just wow, this shit's hard. I thought that, most of the people that you see are probably over 60 years old.
Yeah, I think they're retired. A lot of people are retired. I don't know. I didn't know it was a retired person thing until I kind of got there. No, seriously, I didn't. I thought it was I don't know. I thought we were interested in it, so I figured other people like us were interested in it too. We did meet some. We did
grand
meet some
demographic,
people.
I guess.
But we shouldn't look at each other. It looks weird to anybody who's watching this.
I'll look at you here.
Yeah.
Hi. So anyway, we wanted the song to capture that feeling, basically, of being right on the edge of chaos, running down a hill literally that was too steep and that you couldn't stop. So
That's kind of a metaphor for life too.
Yeah.
Like that's why it's kind of funny that we were told don't go the wrong way. You're told so many times don't go the wrong way. One of the things that they tell you about the Camino is if you do go the wrong way, these magical elderly women will appear and they will guide you back on the path. And that's true in every situation except for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And this one that's why we were just like, okay, cool. And it didn't, it was like we were frogs in a boiling pot of water.
It started off very chill.
Yeah, totally.
Sorry, carry on.
And then slowly went like this, and then like this, and then like this. And by the time it's like this, you can't stop. If you stop, you're basically like you've decided, yes, I'm done. I'm gonna like flop on the ground and just like slide until I stop because you've got too much momentum. It's just silly. And that's why they tell you not to go that way because it's really dangerous.
Yeah, did we mention we didn't actually mean to go that way?
Yeah, we had no intention of going that way.
Some arrow must have been covered up or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think somewhere along the way, Tara stood in front of it intentionally.
Yeah. No, never looking for an adventure here, not me. So we only realized that we actually went the wrong way when we got to the destination, and there was only one other person that was there who had left at about 4 a.m. We left at what, 10 in the morning?
No, it was 9. We left at 9.
Okay, so a few hours afterwards, and the person was just like, "Where did you come from? How did you get here?" And we came from the completely wrong direction, and that's how we figured out that we went the wrong way, and everyone seemed kind of angry.
Well, it was I don't know. It was first he was asking why we came from the direction we did because he was really confused why we would come from that way when the Camino's the other direction, and it was like, and we called him Hamburg because he wore this shirt and it said Hamburg. Yeah, and not like the Hamburglar or anything, but the city. I think it's a German city.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, he got up at 3:30 and was gone way before 4 usually, and everybody else kind of was getting up at like when he would leave, they'd be getting up. He had a good plan, and he'd arrive wherever, and he'd start. He'd have a couple pints of beer, and it was a great way to celebrate, like hiking all that way. And we met up with him. You meet up with the same people over and over and over and over again. So he was asking why we went that way on day 2, and we didn't know what he's talking about. That's the strange thing is when you don't know you went like the wrong way. You're like, what? Didn't you come from that way? And then he's like, no, you came from over here. We came from over here. I just got here, and you guys are next. And he's like,
no one else has arrived yet, basically, from our albergue, the place he stayed at.
Yeah, and he asked us what time we left. It was like 5 hours after him, and it was seriously the next people who came were like a couple hours after us. It was really silly because I think he didn't stop for lunch, and so everybody else kind of stopped at that place for I don't know how long, and then they started wandering in. It was so crazy, and the moral of that story though is that this was the first time we went the wrong way on the Camino, but it wasn't the last time, and we learned that there's no wrong ways on the Camino. And as an aside to this, Peter Broadley tuned in. Hey, Pete.
Hi, Peter.
And his father-in-law went and did the Camino after us. And I think it was his first or second day. Maybe it was his first. I can't remember. He went the wrong way, and he got lost, and he had to call 911. In was it France or Spain? I'm not sure. It wasn't in Canada, so who knows? It's probably not even 911. That's such a
I don't even know what it is, but he had to call somebody to help him.
the emergency number. Yeah, on his phone.
Did he get flown out or something, or I don't even know.
I don't know. Let's make this a crazy story. So like they had to
first day.
send
Peter
in.
says the first day, and he had to be rescued.
Yeah, he had to be rescued. Okay, so it was gonna get outrageous and outlandish in the description, but thank you for keeping it down to realistic, Peter. But he was airlifted out, right, Pete? By the Navy.
By a SWAT team of tigers.
Yeah, flying tigers riding unicorns. That's why they were flying, because tigers can't fly. Let's not get silly. Anyway.
Anyway.
I don't need this map
So
anymore.
that's the gist of that part of the inspiration. And then there was also the technique, like the musical technique that was kind of, Peter says, yes, they told him to listen for sirens and go to them. Yeah, that's good. So the cut up technique, we want to mention that.
Oh,
originally, sure. I guess this is maybe this was the third version of the song. 4 were made. The reason being, each part of the song was kind of played one after another, and Scott went into the studio and created 2 versions of the song. And then I guess I suggested, instead of having things going next to each other, like part A, part B, part C, to just layer them this way. So have like part A, part B, part C, all playing at once, basically. And then Scott went into the studio and he created the wrong way, the final version. Completely forgot about it. Frustrated, went back into the studio to do a 4th time, thinking he hadn't done the 3rd. Anyway, he did 4, and I was like, whoa, what are you doing? You've already made the final cut. It's like the 3rd version was the one. And yeah. So anyway, do you want to kind of describe what the cut up version technique is a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Mostly, I think I originally saw it used in literature. But it can really be used in any kind of creative composition. Carry on. Go for it. Why are you showing us that book?
Oh, it was Howl by William S. Burroughs. Alan Ginsberg. Why did I show that? That's
yeah,
the
I'm
wrong
like,
one.
I don't know why you're
wait,
showing
Howl.
that book.
Anyway, that was dumb. But anyway, the idea of the cut-up technique came from, I think I heard about it first through Nirvana, because Kurt Cobain cut up his lyrics, and I think he got it from David Bowie, and I think David Bowie got it from, well, I don't want to say Serge Gainsborough. Now my brain's going in like 19 million wrong different directions. I'm going the wrong way.
Whatever, let's make a mistake.
And so William S. Burroughs, he made that famous, and I think that's what got me interested in that thing. And then you look into it, and what that gets into is chaos magic, and chaos magic is really fun. That gets into Discordianism and all that kind of stuff, but this isn't going to go too far into that. It's just basically about the technique of the cut up, and then it's like you can take a piece of work, and that work is like, kind of like, you could picture it as your piece of stone, and you take that, and then you chisel away some bits, so you like cut out some pieces. And then this isn't going to be good, because you can't. This is a bad analogy. Again, I'm going the wrong way. So what I'm trying to say is that you take this piece of work, and it's not the final work. It's like part 1, and then you cut it all up, and you rearrange a few things, and you throw some things away, and then you look at it, and you're like, wow, that's cool. And this could be the final work, or it could still suck. And then you cut it up more, and then flip some things around, and bring some other things in, and you're just rearranging the initial idea under the premise that maybe it didn't show up properly in the first place. And so, like, through the chaotic lens of being this incarnate being, we imbue life and creation into this world, and it might not be understood properly in the first way. So maybe we should take a couple passes at it. Maybe we should be able to edit things. Like these live videos, for example. A studio rat like me, I'm like, oh my god, I've made so many mistakes.
Terrifying.
Yeah, what do I do now?
Plus, we're so effing tired right now.
Yeah, I'm really tired, because I was up late last night getting all this stuff ready, and then yeah, there was that. So we're going on to something new, because basically the cut up technique is, yeah, I'm doing that sort of, and I did that with the music. I don't know that anybody else did that. I talk with my hands. I'm sorry. I'll put them on my lap, like a proper person should.
No, talk with your hands.
I'm gonna put them
I
on
thought
the
you were
table.
like
My elbows on
cut-up
the table.
technique, like cutting up.
Yeah, I was cutting up things.
Yes.
With audio, I take the composition of the first couple of tries that I went in, and I would cut it up, and it all came from Tara's idea, like she said. Otherwise, I wouldn't normally like overlay surf guitar and like drum and bass and like fretboard tapping, but like instead of do it on an electric guitar, so it's all like Russian circles or you know, the predecessors, yeah, the Van Halen or the Randy Rose or anybody like that. Like it's
show us the hands. Sorry.
Show us the hands. So it just got into doing it with the audio forms, and you layer it and you layer it, and then she was right. I missed one. I was like so in the immaterial. I wasn't even here. I wasn't even present as like, hey, my name's Scott anymore. It was just like, hey, I'm this vessel, and this stuff's coming through me. This stuff was created. Tara somehow heard it, and I still hadn't come back to the realm of like, oh, the physical body of Scott. Mm-hmm. Like, ooh, what's up? Hey, one drink of beer. And so the fourth time, though, I did take some bits. That bit that I thought I had finished the song in properly, I did bring some bits back into the third one. And so it was a proper cut and paste, like really silly ideas that shouldn't work together. Maybe they don't work. I don't know.
Maybe they don't. Yeah. Maybe you could let us know what you think.
Yeah. It's already released. I can't fix it now.
It's mixed and mastered. It's out there. Mm-hmm. So yeah. So the guitar fretboard tapping, do you want to like give a little sample of that on the acoustic guitar?
Yeah, sure, I can do that because I did it on acoustic guitar. I think maybe Kirk Hammett may have done some fretboard tapping too. I don't know. Peter might know that. But anyway, there's a whole host of guitarists from when I was a kid that would do this really cool thing where I can't even show this. Can I show this? I don't even think I can show this.
You can kind of tilt your camera if you want.
So it's like, you do things like this. When you play a guitar solo, you normally go like, oh yeah, that's shredding, man, that's crazy. No, shredding is like, but you can do it faster if you do like, oh, I'm not even good at this. You can just get all these really fun notes, and you can, it's like, I think it comes from classical music as the inspiration. And so for the wrong way, I did it like this, which is, I did it on an acoustic guitar because it sounded kind of, like it reminded me of Soul Coughing. That's one of my favorite bands growing up. And they like cut and paste things together musically too. Anyway, I won't go off on too much of a tangent. We're doing a guitar lesson here. So it goes like this. I think this is how the song goes.
Is this the bass and the acoustic guitar bit?
Yeah, the bass, and then you would play the fuzz bass in the exact same way on the same string. It would just be an octave lower. But you have to have overdrive or something fun like that, because otherwise it just sounds maybe not so fun. And you get less harmonics and stuff. But anyway, so this is how it goes. It's kind of funny. I don't even know if you can see. This looks so small on my screen.
I can see it.
Well, and then you just loop it. And through the magic of loop pedals, this
carries on.
Yeah, I clone myself, and that self just like holographically plays in another universe that you can't see, but we can hear. He plays that thing over and over and over again, and then you add a bass on top of that. And then there's some like really weird guitar bits that are higher up, that are more obviously guitar, and in a different range, so they don't overlap the previous ones. Production-wise, that's kind of important. You got to watch out for frequencies and stuff when you start layering down notes and silly sounds, especially when it gets syncopated like this. And so I'm trying to remember which part comes, because there's these two bits up here. Yeah. That's the one, yeah. No, that's not it. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And then it goes. I haven't played this in so long. Anyway.
Yeah, so the three of those three parts would play like side by side, and then it ended up that Scott played them like all at the same time, and that kind of resulted in the wrong way with this crazy. I don't even know how to describe them. The drums, they feel like you're running down a hill and you can't stop. Basically, to me.
Yeah, it was all based on like the melody of the guitars, like the is it doodle 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 what a 1 2 3 1 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. So it's like the urge is to like put it into threes and triplets because it's like skipping forward like that. But if you cut that last beat out of the 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 like that, then it's kind of like, oh, what? And then it makes you push back because your brain wants to complete it. Once you've heard something 3 times, your brain starts to tune out. So you heard it once, you're like, huh? Somebody repeats the same thing twice, you're like, okay, I'm listening. The third time, you're accepting it. You're accepting the thing. And that's why it's important to repeat things 3 times. Like, for example, we're playing a show on Friday, February 10th at Lee's Palace.
In Toronto.
With Super Psyched and Focus and Dr. Keys. So you should come see us. Back to our regularly scheduled program.
Yeah, what is our regularly scheduled program?
I don't know, is that the end of the guitar lesson?
I think we're good, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the end of the guitar lesson.
Yeah, okay, fine.
So yeah. The Wrong Way is available on Spotify, Bandcamp, Apple Music, and even Instagram. Feel free to use it in your reels and make sure you tag us because we'd love to see what kind of crazy visuals you put to this madness. And also, if you're in Toronto on February 10th, Friday, come and see us at Lee's Palace.
Yeah. And come see Super Psyched. Show up, doors are at 8:30, so show up early. Because the band that's playing before us is 100 times better than us. So
way better.
Yeah, you should come check it out. It's their debut show too. Like this is gonna go down in the record books. Like people will be like, Do you remember Friday, February 10th?
Were you there?
Yeah.
You weren't there? You should be there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in if you're still here.
Stay strong, stay bendy, and remember to eat your broccoli.
Yeah, meditate every day. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Drink lots of water.
Love you. Bye.